This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at a press conference to announce March 23rd show at the Copper Box. Fighting on the bill will be Lawrence Okolie challenging Camacho. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, Lawrence. This fight was kind of expected to happen with Wadi. How are your feelings towards fighting Camacho on the 23rd of March?
Just normal. It's normal. Like, it's just going to be a pretty decent fight and then get the victory.
Okay. That was a bit of a laid-back answer.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel. Like, I've been in fights with domestic people before, so it's not really a big deal to me anymore. I'm just going to go in there and execute my game plans and get it done.
2018 was a very successful year for you. Obviously, fights with Chamberlain, Watkins, and Askin. Do you see Wadi Camacho as kind of the last piece of the domestic puzzle for you?
Maybe. It depends on how I beat him. So if I beat him in the way that I want to beat him, then yes. And if not, it's the same with Askins. I said if I can go in there and get rid of Askins in emphatic fashion, then I move on. I didn't, so I know I had to work on certain stuff. So if I can go out and beat Wadi in a particular way, I'll be able to be happy with the British scene. But for me, it's not knocking him out in 1 round. That's for me, if me and him get into exchanges early, I think that's what would happen. But I want to do it in more of a clever way. I feel like so far in my career, it's been so much solely based on the fact that I'm big and strong for the weight class. And that's how I've been winning. So when I'm in against journeyman, I've been trying to get with him in 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. When I boxed against Isaac, for example, who's better than a journeyman, he was good enough to sort of get outside of the range, slip under, get inside. Then it becomes a messy fight because I would choose to either hold or use my strength to push them back. Same with Askins. So what I've realised is that it's more about decision-making and boxing. So in my last fight, it wasn't against a world beater or anything like that, but I chose to do certain stuff like not go crazy, power for power. It was more... I don't want to say too much about some of the techniques, but I was thinking about what I was doing as opposed to just instinct.
You did come under a little bit of criticism last year for particularly the Chamberlain and Askin fight, and regardless of whatever, you came out on top of those fights and you got the W. So I know you have responded to this in the past and you've kind of gave a response there to kind of a reason for that, should we say, but are we to kind of accept that the style of yours as well, obviously you need a dance partner to kind of gel in some of these fights, but a style of yours may not be the most pretty to watch, but it might be effective?
I think, it's difficult because people are not stupid, so as in other boxers. So if you're boxing me, I'm tall and I hit hard from range. So better fighters are able to try and do certain stuff. If it's slipping, if it's rolling, if it's rushing in with their hands up to try and break the distance. And then, like I said, as an amateur, all we ever did is if someone breaks the distance, quick hold or quick whatever, the referee breaks you up and then I'm back at range. As a professional, it's a whole new game of there's inside work. So those are the options that my opponents have. Don't be stupid, try to get on the inside. Don't throw wild punches at me because I'm a decent counter puncher. So those options my opponent has. If they manage to get to that position, what are my options? So my options before were to be big and strong and hold, where that's not going to work no more. I mean, the referee from my last fight come into the change room beforehand and gave all if they're not down, you go here. And then he looked at me very serious and said, I don't want to see no holding. So that's something that I think is going to stay with me until I show myself not holding so much, show different angles, show different stuff. But we'll see. The only way I could really show it is on fight night. I mean, I've been doing it in training, but sparring, fighting are 2 different things. Bringing in mixed martial artists is different from boxing. So, like I said, I'm just in a position where I don't it's all nice for the fans and stuff, but I just want to be a better fighter. So that's all that really matters to me.
I mean, people do forget that you haven't been a pro that long and you've kind of accomplished in those fights that you had kind of everything at domestic level. It's kind of, that to yourself obviously his credit. But what has Anthony Joshua said about your career so far, and how often do you talk to him about your career?
About my career, just keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I haven't achieved anything yet. For me, the British title, Commonwealth title, they're all just like, I hate it like formalities to me, because I managed to get to Olympics as an amateur, so I didn't really see the British scene as anything amazing as an amateur, because I know that there's real serious fighters in the world stage as amateurs. So imagine as professionals now with 12 rounds. So I know that there's a whole different kettle of fish of boxing. So that's what makes me more nervous and more have to work than anything a fan can say or anything another boxer from Britain can say, is that I know that there's a whole wealth of not only experience but talent outside of these shores. We've seen certain fighters have stepped up and have been unable to beat European and world level fighters, and that's one thing that keeps me on edge. You know, I can be big and strong. Maybe I come in against a European level guy and then I can outstrength him, outman him, but then maybe I can't. So that's why I need to work on the boxing more than anything else.
But I mean, just coming back to Anthony Joshua, how much kind of input does he have in regards to your fights, opponents, etc., etc.?
He kind of takes a backward step on that. Obviously, he'll put in his input where necessary, but in terms of fights and stuff, it's my training team that I'm more interested in that. So, yeah.
Talk to me about your training team now.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Have you made some changes to your training team?
Little bits and bobs. I've added more people in. Like, I've got a guy called Barry Robinson, who everyone's seen and heard last fight week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we all saw that with Dion Juma.
Yeah, and just who? But anyway, but yeah, more so in terms of breaking down my training, because as I keep saying, like I'm big and strong, but that's not enough. That's one positive I'll take from Sparring Tyson Fury, definitely, is that I look at him, obviously he's tall and good on his feet, but he's not the most athletic guy, he's not the strongest, doesn't have six packs, doesn't lift weights, but he's able to, in my opinion, outbox someone like Deontay Wilder, who is six packs, powerful puncher, you know? So it shows that there's a point where the physical gets overtaken by boxing IQ or boxing acumen, do you know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm trying to implement in little by little.
Okay. Just a little point on that little altercation. Obviously, I know you spoke about it afterwards, but is that a potential fight or not really with Dion Juma?
Not in my mind. Not in my mind at all.
When you say little, I know you're holding back because you love to talk.
I'm easy, like, do you know what I mean? I'm going to deal with Waddy and then we'll see what happens. But in terms of Dion Juma, he is what he is. Like, he's just a guy who's trying to get a profile for himself, and I can't blame him for it, you know. But I have enough people talking on Twitter. I have enough people talking on Insta. So for me, it just is what it is.
Fair enough. Just your little take on this whole split saga. Who's worth 50%? Who's worth 60%? Rematches. What have you kind of taken from it? Is, in your opinion, would you say Tyson Fury, who you've sparred and done what he's done, Deontay Wilder, are they entitled to a 50-50 split with Anthony Joshua, in your opinion?
To be honest, I don't know enough about the business side where AJ and all of them are concerned. You know, from a boxing standpoint, I wouldn't think so. Only reason why I say that is because you look at Wembley Stadium, Principality Stadium. I've been on undercards. I've seen what kind of excitement they bring. So AJ, without them, is able to muster up excitement. Them two with each other are able to muster up excitement. But if Wilder boxes someone else outside of AJ and Fury, it's not going to do as well. If Fury now is obviously a bigger name. So it's difficult for me to say. Like I said, I don't know enough about it all, but I'm Team AJ, so you know, like, he should be getting 80%. No.
80%?
I'm Team AJ, so 90%.
Careful, because one of these will drop in a headline.
I'm Team AJ, he should be getting 100%.
Fair enough. I thought of a chant for you the other day. You want to get it?
Yeah, go on, yeah. That's a very nice track you got on there.
Thank you very much.
What is it?
This is Shay Rude. I've been talking about him a lot, actually. He's a 19-year-old from Essex that's designing and putting his tracksuits out in Zaggers and all these clothes shops.
Be careful because I've already got a sponsor, so big up Boohoo Man, but it's a nice tracksuit anyway. Yeah.
Feeling, is this the sort of thing you would wear?
Definitely.
If you wasn't obviously with Boohoo.
Boohoo Man sauce. KUGAN.
Fair enough. That's all good. Oh, my chant. Anyway. All right, here we go. Okolie. What?
I'm sure you've done this one before.
It's a different one. This one. Okolie, oh, he comes from Hackney Town. He loves to knock them down. Okolie, oh.
Could you maybe go to the studio with my girl, drop that on a track, and then we use it for my next room?
You guys have a rapper, didn't you?
Yeah, but do you wanna make a track and maybe make that my room?
Can I just put that in somewhere? My name.
As far as I'm concerned, it's in my next ring walk.
Don't say it if you don't mean it.
Ring walk. It's in my next ring.
Seriously, don't say it if you don't mean it.
Next ring walk. Let's do it.
He comes from Hackney Town. He loves to knock them down. Okolie.
Yo, I like it.
That is. Get me connected up with a studio thing, yeah?
And then we'll sort it. Done.
Never been in a studio before, so I'd love to come in there and do some shit.
If you go in the daytime, but in the night time, it's not a good place. All right.
She's Ms. Banks.
Sure, MSBANKS. Yeah.
You know when she's mad with you, does she like rap to you?
She does other stuff. Yeah. Not as friendly as rapping. Yeah.
Fair enough. I think we can leave that there. Lawrence Okolie, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Best of luck in camp, and we'll no doubt catch up with you ahead of March 23rd at the Copper Box.
Sweet. Thank you.